Well, are y'all ready for another video? I'm back with another video. I am using, it's a nice tin, the Hippie Crafters colored pencils. They are an oil base. They are very soft. If you missed my review on these wonderful pencils, just look back one before this. All right, so today I am going to be working on some coloring pages. Now these are for sale on my Etsy, but I want to specifically be working on this one. Here's a link to the Hippie Crafter for the pencils, and then a link to my Etsy, and also to my YouTube, which is where this video originated. I don't know where you're necessarily watching it from. But let's start out with a picture I pulled up. Yeah, it's gonna be right side up to me. So anyway, I have my greens here, and I have pulled forest green, which is number 11. So this is my darker of my greens. So I'm going to put it here. Now I'm going to get lighter as I come out, remember. Don't make coloring harder than it needs to be. Okay? It just doesn't have to be hard. All right, so there's the wing. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do this area here dark. Usually I work light to dark, so I don't know really why today I gravitated towards my darker colors first. I don't know. So as long as you're getting lighter as you come out, you're going to be fine with this. And then there's going to be a touch of it through here and back through here. All right, so let's just go ahead and go through here a bit. There are so many different varieties of hummingbirds that, you know, you can't hardly go wrong with a hummingbird when you're coloring. Just do what you enjoy doing. And a lot of times I will color these from dark up here to light. And this time, I don't know, just felt like mixing it up. In fact, I'm going to do this whole area in this darker. Okay, so that's my first shade. Then I'm going to move over to this one. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go to this. I'm not sure. Now I'm waffling on which one I should take next, because I've pulled all these greens, but I've also pulled this yellow. Let's go to the yellow. So the yellow is 14, and it is pastel yellow. So I'm going to put some yellow right in here on this hummingbird's belly. Okay. Right through there. Then I'm going to take this green. This is number 102, light yellowish green. Okay. It's going to come right up here and blend into that yellow that we previously did. By putting a color that's just a little bit darker on that other side, it's going to make it appear more rounded. And then I'm going to put some on this side. Like I said, this is just a quick demo on the pencils and on my coloring page, showing you that it doesn't have to be real hard. Doesn't have to be difficult. Just a little practice. Okay, so now then I'm going to take this next green. This is apple green, number 81. And I'm going to come right next to the green that we just did. Okay, right next to that. It just deepens it up just a bit. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with my last green. This is 168 middle yellowish green. And this is what's going to go right next to this other green. I'm going to come on down here some because I am going to make this a red throated area. So I don't want to go all the way. Now, because I printed this out on cardstock, there is lots of the white that we call the valleys or the divots in the paper. So it will take a while to get all that covered up. Okay, so just know that that's going to take some patience. Going right over the top. Like I said, this is not a lot like what I would normally do. I'm really going outside the box on this. And I'm going to turn this just a little so it's a little bit more comfortable for me. And I probably am going to do the darker a little bit more up here like what I normally would do. And see, I can blend this right into those other greens. I'm going to turn my pencil so that I start using some off the other side. That way it kind of helps me sharpen it without losing any more of the lead, because I'm developing another point by turning that ever so often. That way if I do need a good tip on it, I've got it right there. I just feel like that doesn't, going back to my original green, I feel like that doesn't cause me to lose quite so much of the lead if I do it like that. Okay. And my phone sat for a bit and the picture went away. So let me get that back up real quick. There we go. And so I'm going to put a little bit of the deeper up here. It'll make it look like that's tucked down underneath. Same thing here, going along this feather. And here, deepen that some, deepen this up some. Now I'm back to the way I normally color. I don't know, just a different kind of moment there. Put some dark here, let it get light as it comes out. Now, I don't use a blending stump or stick or tortillon or any of that so much. So I would normally come back with my lightest shade and blend. Okay, and here you can see how beautifully these pencils are blending. I could even use the yellow in here just to help blend this a little and to make it a little bit more of a yellow green. Now, because we do want to have time to get that red throated area done, I'm not going to keep blending on this, but you would keep blending until all of these little white specks are gone. Okay? Now, if you're new to my channel, I have to remind you, you can take your fingers on your camera, pull them apart, and it's going to blow up any part of this while it's playing, or at least it does on my phone. So don't forget that you can do that. All right, I am going to grab this light pink. I told you we're going to mix it up some today. I'm going to do the light pink all over these feathers. Now normally I would go the direction of the feathers, okay? But I'm not turning my paper a whole lot today so that it doesn't make y'all get all messed up and dizzy from me swinging things around. Now, do you see how my finger is following around here? That's so that I don't go outside those lines. I just hit my finger and then bounce back in. Okay, you can always do that. So like I said, we're going for something really bright here today. That was Rosy Pink, number 24. Then I'm going to move over to Plum, which is number 127. I think Plum is what I want. Yeah, look how bright and beautiful that is. Okay. So this will be darker where it's right here behind. And then lighter as it comes out. Darker behind. And it gets lighter as it comes out. Alright, so in the description, I am going to put the link again for the Hippie Crafters. This is the 72 count pencils. And then I'm also going to put the link for my Etsy shop. Okay, but those are there. If you need to just pause and write it down, you can also do that. All right, now I'm going to go to the red. Carmine Red 175, because I said I wanted to do a red throat on this one. So I'm going to come in here with this red, and there's no line here separating, so I'm just going to kind of do a little bit like this. Okay, and I debated doing that white area right there, and I think what I'm going to do is come back with white pencil over the top of that down there. That's why I let it get a little bit light right in there. So let's take the white and just blend this a little bit. It just kind of helps those go together. And see how I can just keep going over it until they've blended. Now there's not a real line there. There's just an illusion of going from one shade to the other. Then I can come back up here, get the red part a little deeper, and then this will just kind of disappear into that. If you have a heavy hand like I do, you can always go back on your pencil, and it will help you to not push quite so hard. Okay, just a good training there on that. Okay, now I'm going to take the light brownish red, which is number 100, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to deepen right here, and then right where it's coming out from under that actual wing bone, lighter as it comes out. Lighter as it comes out. Okay, so this is a very colorful bird indeed. Now I've got two pencils left that I pulled. Number 156, deep greenish gray. This is where I'm going to come in and do the beak. Now, when I did these pictures for YouTube, I did use an AI program, and then I went in and tried to fix where they didn't have all the lines in the right places and things like that. This is just black. So when you're pulling up my pages, if you decide to purchase, they are only $3 for all 5, and I have Cardinals ready also to download. It's download, you get it right then, so you can go shopping in your home, in your pajamas, whatever. So that's it. So you can do, I mean, I did the whole thing in 15 minutes. Now, do I still have lots of little areas with the white showing through? That's the paper showing through. All right, I still will go in and get some of that out. How will I get it out? By using the lightest color in a section to go back. So notice how this looks now. So I'm taking the lightest color, and look how it brightens that up, but I'm really putting that pressure on and getting the tooth out of that paper and it's going to give it a whole different look. But I'm getting that white out of the paper. Now, this is the point where if you like to use a colorless blender, anything like that, that's where you would apply it. Okay. Coming around here. And yeah, I went outside the line some, but hey, that's what erasers are for. Trying to follow the direction, but there's a point where you just have to go for it. Okay, so see the difference? So I could have left it like this, but I've decided to go ahead and change it by just adding more layers of the color. And then I'm going to do one more change, because where I've added all this light, I do want some more dark in there. So I'm going to go back to my dark color that I used in there, and I'm going to add some more, and then fade it out. Heavy, and then lighter and lighter. Do you see how it changes the whole look of it? Remember, these pages, once you've bought them, they're yours. So print them out a couple times, play with them. If you love what you've done, by all means, share the link with your friends. Tell them that they're welcome to go get their own. Please don't just give them copies of yours. That does not help me at all. So, as you can see though, now I've added more depth to the page by getting that darker area done. And then I could still go back and do more with the greens. Your page is not finished until you decide to do no more on it. Okay? So, again, I will have this information also in the description. If you missed last week's with the cardinals, then go back and look that up. I try to post twice a week, and I'll be back in a few days. All right? Thanks for stopping in, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.